Alright, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a video on this 2009 Mercedes-Benz C350. This is a W204 chassis pre-facelift. You can tell that by the eyebrow headlights. They don't have on the facelift an eyebrow. It's just one solid piece headlight. You can also tell because of the fog lights are going to be LED on a facelift. This one has rims from a newer vehicle, looks pretty good. You can tell by the tail lights are going to be halogen instead of LED. So I'm going to go over some of the common problems and things about this car. It can be used as a buyer's guide and as such. So let's get into it. So on this particular model, it's going to have a V6. This is a M272 engine. This is a really great engine as long as it doesn't have the balance shaft issue. You can check online for the VIN range that's affected by that, but this engine did have the balance shaft, or the gear that's on the front of the timing, where the timing chain is, would fall apart. So really some of the most common issues with these is that they leak in the back of the engine. So if you look back here, let's see if I can get a good shot of that. So you can see this little circular cover there, that little black cover, that will actually leak oil. That's what's called a cam plug. And it just, its O-ring goes bad. This is a dual overhead cam. So there will be one right here. And then this is what's called a centrifuge or crankcase ventilation cover. That is just part of the PVC system. On this side of the engine, you can have a vacuum pump, which is connected there, and an O-ring behind this metal plate will leak. And then there's one more cam plug back here. So that's some of the most common problems with the motor there. Once you lift the cover here, these little vacuum pumps sometimes go bad. It's not very common. I would say that the pulley's failing, like you can see on my other belt video that I did on the E-Class, is a common thing where the tensioner down here and this idler pulley run out, or the bearing goes bad. Right here, this the thermostat, which sits right behind this hose, will often fail, and you'll get a code for I think it's actually a thermostat code. But other than that, this car is very reliable. We can take a quick look on the inside, and we can see kind of what happens in here. So inside the vehicle, it's got great shifter, great transmission. Sometimes the dial wheel will wear out. Some of these cars had a little screen that flipped straight up and out. Sometimes that motor would go bad. A lot of the stuff's going to be cosmetic on this model. Like sometimes the buttons will start peeling in the heat. There really isn't a ton of issues with the W204 chassis. We can show how it runs. It actually runs very well. You know, that's going to be your instrument cluster there. Very presentable gauges. It's got a this one I believe has an older NTG version for the Mercedes telematics. I'd say probably the blower is a thing that was kind of common in this generation to go out at some point, but really I don't have a lot to say about this motor in my or this car in my experience. You're gonna see that the The lights back here are very easy to get to. There was a bulletin for this here where you would fix this connector because the housing would get kind of burnt up. That is one of the biggest, one of the campaigns that we used to do a lot at the dealer. I would say that overall it's a very great car. I would recommend really anybody to get one of these of pretty much any year. You just want to make sure you're getting an engine, especially one like this that does not have a balance shaft issue and has been well maintained. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. That would conclude some of the key points that I have for the W204 chassis. It's a fairly reliable vehicle. There are other issues that aren't mentioned here, but from my experiences, this is what I have observed from these kind of cars and this engine. This generation overall is pretty good. Any chassis can be affected by that balance shaft issue if it has the M272 or 273 engine. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll answer specific notes about this car or others. Thanks for watching.